So my tuk-tuk's not starting. I can't figure out why. Decided to stop by the side of the road because ye dekho yaar.
I really think one of the best parts about driving your own tuk-tuk, especially along the south coast, is being able to stop anywhere and seeing views like these.
Hey, what's up? This is Preethi. Welcome to my channel. And I've arrived in Unawatuna. Surprisingly, the tuk-tuk ride from Hikarua to here didn't take more than a little over an hour. It was like an hour, 10 minutes maybe. And that too because I stopped along the way to like have tender coconut and like just take in the sights. This is where I'm staying in Unawatuna. I mean, when I say this, it's a very broad term, but this is my hotel. It's called Sunny Mood Guest House. And it's actually really nice. I'll give you a room tour in a bit. But like right now, I'm just rushing to like to the beach to see the sunset because has it already set? No, we still have some time. So I'm gonna go head to the beach and I also want to check out this dive center that I'm diving with tomorrow. So I want to go speak to them as well, get my kit ready. So I'm gonna go do all of that. Unawatuna. Can't believe I made it. Hi, you want massages, is it? You want a massage? You want a massage? Look at you want a massage. You want a massage. Come and give you a massage. Oh, so cute. I don't know if I should call myself a dumbass for not carrying like my beach towel or like wearing my swimmers or like preparing in general to come to the beach. I just rushed so that I didn't miss the sunset. But it's okay, I made it here. It's beautiful, man. It's exactly like how I remember, obviously. But it's not raining and the tide isn't as high. So it's actually pretty nice to, you know, take a dip. And I'll do that one of these days. Just not today. I know it's night and all and not like, you know, daylight, but I thought I'll show you my room anyway. It's really cute and I just wanted to show it to you before I like mess it up with all of my stuff. So here, see. These mosquito nets make it look very fancy for some reason. Like enough and more space for stuff. This is the bathroom. I didn't go to the dive center because they had shut shop by the time I got here to Unawatuna. I called them and figured stuff out. So I'll be headed there tomorrow. For now, I'm gonna get a good night's rest, so I'm well rested for tomorrow's dive, and it goes off hopefully without a hitch. Hello, it's 8:15ish in the morning, and I'm headed to Pearl Divers in Unawatuna to go diving with them today. They have two dives, one at 9 a.m. and one at 11 a.m. and they also have evening and night dives. I'm going for the 9 and 11 a.m. dives, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to be checking out the underwater life here in Unawatuna off the coast over here. I don't really know like you know which sites we're going to yet because I didn't get to meet them yesterday, but I'll go now and figure it out and kit up and, you know, get the whole thing ready.
I filled out my waivers, kitted up, and hopped into the boat to head to the first dive site.
All divers here in Unawatuna. She's been helping me arrange my dive. She's also going to be taking clips of me underwater today.
reached the bottom and the dive site stunned me. The name of this dive site is Gala. Gala basically means rock, and there are a lot of these in Sri Lanka's waters where a lot of marine life lives. Amongst all the beautiful fish that we saw, the highlight for me remains seeing this octopus move from one place to another. How precious is this?
So humid. But yeah, hi. Hi from my tuk-tuk from Pippin. I have named my tuk-tuk Pippin after Peregrine Took in the Lord of the Rings. It's a nice pun, I think. Peregrine Tuk-tuk, you get it? His name is usually, he goes by Pippin. And Pippin goes on a lot of adventures. So it's me, Preethi, joining Pippin, and it's our adventures. I think I'm really happy with the name. So yeah, Pippin and I are headed to Galle now. It's 3-ish and I haven't eaten much since morning. So I'm gonna go get some lunch because I'm starving. The dive hunger is like something else. I've done my morning checks and now I'm headed out. I will see you in Galle. So I've arrived at Galle Fort, which is the ancient settlement that is now converted into this really cool complex where there are a lot of shops and restaurants, and it's just a whole vibe in itself, you know, like with cobblestone streets and the ancient fort walls, and of course some very important landmarks that I will be visiting as I walk around. First off, though, I want lunch, so I've checked out this one street where there are a lot of restaurants and I'm just kind of headed there. No, thank you. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk to get some lunch and then I'll have a little more energy to actually explore the place.
I found a place called Peddlers Inn which had great reviews, and it's really pretty. All of these aesthetic interiors really make for a lovely place to dine. I called for a vegetable curry rice, which is not the same as a rice and curry, which is a much larger dish, but the curry rice comes with a little bit of curry and some salad. Clearly, I was starving.
So I'm at this place called Peddlers Inn in Galle Fort. It's super popular. It comes highly recommended. It's got tons of amazing reviews. But personally, if you ask me, I did not like the food. I didn't like the drinks. I think it's ridiculously overpriced. Like one vegetable curry rice, not even the rice and curry meal, just a curry rice cost me 1200 Sri Lankan rupees. That's close to 400 Indian rupees, which is exorbitant. And I think it's mainly targeted at Western crowds who are maybe used to a little lesser level of spice in their food. I don't know, I'm just not happy with what I've eaten, but honestly I was so hungry at this point that I just walked into the first place I saw and I just kind of ate. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. Sometimes you just learn the hard way.
I decided to take a walk along the fort walls, which is also a pretty popular thing to do here.
So I'm at what is arguably the most famous spot here in Galle Fort, which is a lighthouse right behind me. This is one of the most Instagrammable places here in Galle, and if you see Instagram and you just look for the location Galle or the hashtag Galle, you will definitely find like hundreds of photos from here with good reason, because it's extremely picturesque. It's got all these coconut trees, it's right by the water. It's a beautiful place, and obviously a lot of people come here. Plus there's so much of history to know about and there's so much of heritage. It's like everything in one, right?
You can also visit one of the jewelry shops or the handicraft shops in the area and pick up some souvenirs for back home. But for me, it was really all about the views, and I decided to sit on the fort walls and watch the sunset instead.
I'm diving today as well. Yay! So when I had done my certification in Pondicherry, I had obviously spoken about it on Instagram, and a lot of people asked me like, how do you handle the anxiety? Don't you get anxious? Don't you get claustrophobic? And honestly, at that time, my biggest concern was whether or not I'd be able to do the course, because I knew there were these skill sets that you had to learn, right? Like your mask getting flooded underwater and how to clear it, how to change your mask underwater if required, and like a bunch of other things that you have to learn during the course, like you'll know when you do your course. So my biggest concerns were that. And when I managed to do all of that, I feel like my anxiety got alleviated and I was able to dive. This time, I don't know what has happened with the anxiety that I'm feeling is completely different. This time is actually something on the lines of claustrophobia. Even though I have all my equipment and mentally I know ki I have everything in place the way it's supposed to be. I have people around me who are trained to take care of emergencies if one were to arise. And yet, like the first day in Negombo, like I couldn't even descend. And even in Hikkaduwa, there was this time where I couldn't descend and I was like, no, I can't do it. I feel like when I can't see something, that concerns me a little. But then that is always going to be an uncertainty in diving, especially when you're diving deep. You can't see the bottom. So today we're going to a couple of wrecks, I think, which might be deep. And here's a chance for me to alleviate that panic and anxiety that I feel. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best.
It also really helps that the team at Pearl is very particular with their processes, right from setting up equipment and taking care of it to actually watching out and looking out for fellow divers. It's completely taken care of, and I felt so safe in their hands. Always love exploring wrecks simply because it is so amazing to see marine life flourishing in what you might consider a disaster, right? This was a beautiful wreck site and there was still one dive to go and I was really looking forward to it. We were headed to Pearl Divers Home Reef. Yup, there's an actual bike here. This is where Pearl Divers conduct their refresher courses as well as DSDs. It's a shallow site and it's a lot of fun. There's another small wreck near this site where we drifted to, and man, that current was actually fun to deal with.
Dives were pretty cool. The first one, we went to a wreck, decent visibility, and like it was a really cool wreck with lots of fish. So it was a lot of fun, man. It was really nice. There was a current though, so like there were times when you're just going just going from one place to another, but it was fun. Second dive, I was the only diver, so the folks at Pearl took me to their regular site where they do the DSDs and some of the refresher courses are done over there. Very pretty. It's a shallow site, but it has fantastic visibility. And there's this motorbike thing that you can ride. I mean, pretend to like sit on and ride and all. And it's like really pretty and really cool. And these folks are super friendly, so they know how to make it fun. I'm just rushing back to my room now because like after the first dive, I got my period and I basically free bled through the second dive. And I just need to get to my room and get the cup in. But like this explains so much about why the last few days have been so weird. But yeah, I'm just hoping it gets better here on, man. At least now we know life's mysteries have been solved.
I showered, changed, hopped into my tuk-tuk and headed out for lunch. I found myself at Vijaya Beach, which is a beachside restaurant where I know the pizzas are spectacular. So I went ahead and I ordered one with pineapple for myself. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no, guys?
So I actually really like Dalawella beach over Unawatuna beach, with the only reason that it is so less crowded compared to Unawatuna beach. Also because Dalawella beach has the famous beach swing, and I'm back over there. It's in a place called Dream Cabanas, which is where I'm at now. This is my second time here. It's a lot of fun. I can do it a number of times, man.
Dream Cabanas is just a short walk from Vijaya Beach, and a lot of people come here for the beach swing particularly, but you can also just sit at the cafe and watch the waves because honestly it's isolated and beautiful.
So I come here 3 years back, right, and it hasn't really changed much. The stuff is different over me. Ticket that is something. But I bumped into someone who's related to the folks at Pearl Divers, even works over there. It's like a really small community over here, and everyone knows everyone, and it's really cute. And like when they found out I'm from India, they've been so sweet and hospitable, and they got me my lassi and stuff. It's nice, yeah, having friendly people.
If you can be patient and look out into the waves hard enough, you might spot a turtle or two popping their head out of the water.
Good boy, Shadow. I'm leaving Unawatuna. Highly recommend staying at Sunny Mood Guest House. The people are amazing. They're so sweet. They're so helpful. Auntie's been giving me bananas before I go diving every morning, even though I've not taken a breakfast plan, and she's not even like charged me for it. I offered to pay, but they're like, no. Really sweet, and the dog is adorable. For diving, I would absolutely recommend Pearl Diving Center, and the best part is this place is literally 4 minutes walking from Pearl, so it just worked out super convenient for me. It's gonna start raining now, so I'm gonna head, find a cafe to eat, and then wait for the cloud to pass before I move to a hangama. So my tuk-tuk's not starting. I can't figure out why.
The uncle from the homestay tried too, and so did some of the local guys nearby, but no one was able to get it started. I had to call up Tuk-tuk rental, and they spoke to the folks over here, and we kind of figured out a solution.
No? Yeah, I think we need a mechanic. So I'm actually pretty bummed. I really wanted to make it to Ahangama in good time and like finish shooting for Instagram today itself. But like these things happen, right? Like when you're traveling, especially with the tuk-tuk. It's been so good to me so far. So like this one time that the engine is maybe, I don't know what's wrong exactly, because they were talking in Sinhalese and I couldn't really catch much of it, but it's not starting, so that's clearly a problem. So I'm just gonna head to some place for some food because I'm starving, and I'll shoot at least a little bit over there and finish off that bit of my deliverables, and then come back, and I hope by then the mechanic comes and I can actually figure out what's wrong, and then drive to a hangama. This is a weird twist, but like what to do, right?
I gotta tell you, sitting in the back of a tuk-tuk after driving my own for this long felt weird.
I wasn't expecting to be back at Skinny Tom's Deli, but here I am. The food is actually quite good, at least from what I remember. But I really wanted to have the cake at Cat's Cafe, but I think that's closed, even though it showed open on maps, and I like went there and like, I don't know, there was a signboard but no sign of life. So I'm here and I've ordered some food and I'm starving. I'm actually on the verge of getting hungry, so I'm just gonna like eat and then figure out everything else.
The poached egg sandwich here at Skinny Tom's is actually pretty good, and I gobbled it up before rushing back to the homestay.
So I'm back at my homestay, and there's a mechanic here who's opened up the engine and he's trying to kind of fix it or figure out what's going on. So I can drive it now, no? Like it won't give problem.
Sorry?
It won't give problem now.
No, there is no problem.
The mechanic changed the fuse and cleaned up some of the pipes, and the tuk-tuk was good to go. I was on my way to Ahangama, finally, on to my next destination. This was a slightly stressful end to my stay here in Unawatuna, but the rest of my stay was really good. And if you enjoyed it as much as I did, hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for next week's video. This is Preethi signing off for now. I'll see you really soon. Bye bye.